constituency and feed the needy. So, Messieurs, I want us to know, please, 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 I am pleading and urging the people of Gros. Let us support Mr. Lenard Spider Montoute in the coming election. We have done it in 2016. Right now, Spider is presenting himself once more. And he's telling you, judge him according to his performance. And if his works can stand what to do, let us elect Mr. Spider. Let us vote for Mr. Spider. Let us vote for good representation. Let us vote for somebody who cares. Let us vote for somebody who have our interests at heart. Let us vote to keep St. Lucia safe. People of Gros, I am telling us that, you know what? Our government is working. We have a good government. And this time around, I am telling everybody, this time around, we do not want to give any change. Nous pas qu'à bailler la monnaie. Nous qu'à aller pour 17-0. Nous qu'à aller pour 17-0. Nous pas qu'à bailler la monnaie. People of Gros, people of Moshi, people of Granivier, I want us to know, Labon, Vieux-Sikwi, Deramo, Moshi, Kaimanche, Bossejou, Redri, Gros proper, Cap Estate, Rivière Mitan. I want us to know that we have someone, we have somebody from Gros. We have the man for the job, and he has proven himself for us to know that he is good. So people of Gros, Spider doesn't have to do anything more to show you that he is capable. Spider don't have to do anything more to show you that he is able. Spider has worked, and he will continue working. And I want us to know, even as tonight I am on the podium, I want us to know that when the 26th of July, which is the second Monday from tomorrow, don't be impatient. Young people, I am addressing you all now. I know young people have a short span of patience. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. You know why? Because you're voting for your bread. You're voting to keep your job. You're voting for your future. You are not voting just for Spider or the UWP. You are voting against some people that want to come in power to destroy your livelihood. Hello, I want us to know that the Labour Party said that if they get in power, they will stop the progress. They will stop and close Ojo Labs. They will stop and close ITEL BPU. They will stop the road projects. They will stop the airport project. Now, they have never said what they're going to replace it with. Yo pas jamais dit, les yon tout bout de ces bagailles ça là, qui ça yon ka yon placé, et puis, people of St. Lucia, people of Gros, I want us to know, you ou pas à tirer boyo, et mettez paille. Ou pas à tirer famille, et mettez un étranger. Pour qui ça? Parce que M. Spider, il a épi nous, il connaît nous, Il connaît souffrance nous. Mr. Spider knows our pain. He knows our cry. He knows what we are going through. And you know what? In spite of what? Mr. Spider is trying his best to help in any situation. People of Gros, people of Gros, if there is nothing that you do not take from now, I am telling you, take one thing. When you go to the ballot box, make sure that you keep Mr. Lenard Spider Montoute in power. Make sure you vote for the United Workers' Party. Make sure you vote that the United Workers' Party will keep Alan Chasney as a leader. I will say something here. Labour Party does not know, or they are not sure who is the leader of the Labour Party. Because right now, we are heading, St. Lucia and people of Gros, we are heading towards 1979, 1982 era. I know a lot of the young people do not know of 79, 82, but I know, and I was there. I could not vote in 1979, but I voted in 1982. And I'm telling us, we do not want St. Lucia to go in that direction. Nous pas voulons St. Lucie aller en direction 1979-1982 encore, parce que vous avez pour qui ça? Ça pas un bagage qui est pleasant pour St. Lucie. It's not something that is pleasant. To see our city has become a plywood city because of a deal. I don't know if anybody listened to Mr. Lenard Spider Montoute when he spoke on Friday. But I am telling us, we cannot make deals with St. Lucia. We cannot make deals with Gros. People of Gros, I want us to know, let us re-elect our current rep. Let us re-elect Lenard Spider Montoute. Let us vote for a progressive government. Let us vote for a government that is working. Let us vote for a government that cares about the people of St. Lucia. Mama Igozile. Mama Igozile. Moi quand dis nous, et qui pour moi aussi, pour moi, it is for me also. Let us go to the ballot box and let us re-elect Mr. Lenard Spider Montoute, because this is the person for the job. That is the person that has outshined every other person who has represented Gros. This is him. And people of Gros, I want us to know, please, 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 vote for Lenard Spider Montoute come this general election. Pas qu'à Chile, pas ni pièce d'out, pas ni pièce pour dire encore ou pas siwe. Jean-Rosile, moi je dis nous encore, là où aller voter, et nous vote par M. Spider. Et nous vieux électer M. Spider. Et nous vieux mettre M. Spider Montoute en pouvoir pour continuer à travailler. Parce que vous savez qui ça? Travail là, Spider a commencé à pas fini. Il pas fini. Et je dis nous un bagage. Et nous quitter Spider retire live. Let us let Spider retire when he wants and let him groom. Let Spider groom Adele. Let Spider groom Adele. And come 10 years from now, il va passer bâton by Adele pour un autre monde tout continuer à travailler là. I am telling us, please, please, people of Gros, I know the time is short, but if you don't take nothing from me, take one thing. Vote for Lenard Spider Montoute to represent Gros 2021, July the 26th. I thank you.
Honorable Lenard, Spider Montoute, a member of UWP, is the right man to run the Gros constituency. Let it touch, let it touch, let it touch.
Brother Harold Marius. So right about now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be giving you a little bit of entertainment right about now. So calling on the man, Morgie. Morgie, can you come forward? Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the man, Morgie. Make some noise for the man, Morgie, ladies and gentlemen. Coming all the way from Montoute. All from Montoute, ladies and gentlemen, just to be here with Mr. Montoute. Good night to you, big man.
let me say this. Greetings from Montoute. You hear Labour Party making a lot of noise in Montoute. But don't worry about that.
Don't worry with that. Miku will remain Miku. You know, I met Spider about 20 years ago. And from then, we became friends. So there is one song I did for Spider, and he always told me that was his favorite tune. Come down, Mr. DJ. Representation, Spider is the man.
performance, man. All the way from Montoute just to be here with Mr. Montoute. The man Morgie boy. What? But my boss, honestly, you are the song boy. Kenny will have to go. Boy, I never hear you perform that line. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, right about now, I'd like to call on Mr. Michael Flood. Mr. Michael Flood, where you at? Mr. Michael Flood. Is that so? Bring in Mr. Montoute. Represent for Mr. Montoute right about now. On the promotion. One, two, three, here we go. First Spider.
Spider-Man talk. WWP is the right man. Mostly constituency.
Ladies and gentlemen, your district rep, the Honorable, and when I say Honorable, Lenard Spider Montoute. Right about now, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to present the manifesto. And trust me, I know a lot of you are eager to hear what's going on there. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Mr. Montoute!
Thank you very much, Pressure. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a special good evening to each and every one of you. And I like the vibe that Morgie brought here tonight. But there's some more action after I finish here. We have Louis Dunn coming up. So stick around. And I'm happy that you have come closer. I want to feel you. Ladies and gentlemen, before I start, I want to extend special congratulations to a young lady from my constituency of Gros, a 16-year-old Jada James, who has made the West Indies female cricket team. And young Jada will be touring South Africa with the West Indies female cricket team. And let me take this opportunity to congratulate her coach, another member of my constituency, Mr. John Eugene, for having done a great job. And I want to congratulate her parents. I know her mom is here. I know her mom is here. I want to congratulate her mom and her dad. I know they have given her all the support. Mr. and Mrs. James, I know Debbie, you and your husband have given her the support. And that is the kind of example we want to ensure that our youth in this constituency go forward. And don't forget, to ensure that we have more Jadas, we have the National Sports Academy to my left, just over there. And that is the work of the United Workers' Party government. So tonight, I am here to present. Now before I go into presentation, you know the detractors, the laborites are on my back these days. I made a little statement on Friday, and I have them discombobulated. Now, listen to this. All I said is that in this country today, we're not making deals. So they said, they played a clip with Alan Shastney saying, the deal is this, the deal is that. Well, big deal. What I refer to, what I'm talking about, is secret deals made behind closed doors. If you have to make a deal, come in the open, be transparent, and make the deal. So tonight, I am going to present you with the deal for Gros, the real deal. We are making no secret deal. We are making no backdoor deal. We are making no under-table deal. I am going to present you with what I have in stock for you for the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, Herod mentioned it. I want to repeat it. The reason why we want open deals, we don't want secret under-table backdoor deals, is because that can land this country in problems. Many of you here are young. Too young to remember 1979, 1982. The same St. Lucia Labour Party was in government. We did not know it, but there was a secret deal between deceased Alan Louisy, who became the Prime Minister, and deceased George Odlum, who was a member of the St. Lucia Labour Party. And the secret deal was that Alan Louisy would lead the party into elections, and after they won, if they won, after 6 months, he would hand over the prime ministership. Well, those of you who know your history, know the chaos that brought St. Lucia into. We had turmoil in this country. We had conflict in this country. And we set our country back many years because of that secret deal. Those of you who are old enough will remember Plywood City. And the reason why they call Castries Plywood City is because all of the riots that took place in Castries caused all the show windows of the business places to be broken, and the business people had to put up plywood. They call it Plywood City. Those were the days of tear gas and strife and so on. We're not going back to those days. So when Pip make his deal with Richard or King, and after elections they can't settle their deal that we don't know about, our country is going to pay for it. We're not supporting anybody who engaging in secret deals. Be open about it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, before I present to you the real deal for Gros, I want to remind you the reason why I am here. I am here because you elected me in 2016 with a resounding mandate. I am here because you bought into my philosophy, my plan and my vision that I presented to you. And I am here now to give you a little synopsis of my report card, what I have done in the last 5 years. I am not going to tell you that in the first year we found the treasury dry. I'm not going to tell you in the 4th year to the 5th year we had COVID. You gave me a job to do, and I did the job. The United Workers' Party is a team of men and women who will deliver irrespective. And I am proud to stand here and say to you, I did not foresee COVID, but still I was able to deliver to you at least 90% of what I promised you. And so I will just go through my achievements for the last 5 years. And in the meantime, while I'm talking to you, you can watch the screen over there and see the many projects and programs that I delivered in this last 5 years. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the light is not too good, so I'm going to hold my food. No, my deal does not include that. Anybody who come and make joking around with your future, telling you that the economic plan is bringing back Aqua Action, something that is dead so many years ago, and the next best plan they have is a sandcastle building competition, we know we're dealing with a joker. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say to you that representing the Gros constituency for me is what I am proudest of. In all of my accomplishments in life, I feel honored and privileged to have represented you for the second time between 2016 to 2021. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick look before I go into the vision of what we have achieved. In the area of healthcare, I want to remind you that I made you a promise. I said to you that it is not good enough for us to have a polyclinic in Gros operating between 8 to 4:30, and that we would expand the programs and extend the time frame. We did extend the programs. We had other facilities and services. We had other services provided there. And even when COVID came, we changed Gros Polyclinic into one of the respiratory centers where you could have gone to get care if you were afflicted with COVID. And I'm pleased to say to you that it is a work in progress. And I'll tell you what the ultimate goal is in my vision, which we will achieve during the next term. But we are on our way. We have made progress, and we moved the hours of service at the Gros Polyclinic from 8 to 4:30. It is now 8 to midnight. That is an accomplishment that is making a difference in the life of Gros people. If you had gotten ill in Gros at 4:35, you had to brave the traffic and make your way to Victoria Hospital. Now that is not the case anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, quickly, I just want to say roads. When I say roads, you know we are well on the way with Lenard Montoute, the politician, the representative who has done the most roads in any given constituency, in any era in the history of St. Lucia. I have delivered to the people of Gros at least 70 roads that have been upgraded. Human resource development. I want to remind you that when I was your rep the first time, I started a Gros Human Resource Development Center. I know. Thank you. Nazi, I'm not as young as you. I need more light for me to see. When we started the Human Resource Development Center, and Emma Hippolyte came and made you the promise that she will do better, and we fell for that promise, and we brought her as our rep, the Human Resource Center remained as it was. And you, the people of Gros had to bring back Lenard Montoute to complete it. I am proud to say to you today that that Human Resource Center has been completed. And in that Human Resource Development Center, you have a theater that can seat 500 patrons. You have a training room with 25 computers. You have a conference room that can be broken up into 2 conference rooms or 1 large conference room. And you also have a music lab where the young men and women of this constituency who are into the music industry can go not only to record, but to produce and to learn more about music. These are accomplishments I am proud of. These are the things that we promise you. Contrary to the St. Lucia Labour Party, who talk about the creative industry, and all you get when Labour is there, as far as creative industry is concerned, is a big job for Christopher Hunt, who does nothing for the creative industry. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say that I rehabilitated the Lafayette Mothers and Fathers Hall, the Rivière Mothers and Fathers Hall, and we established ICT centers in Labon, which was existing before during my tenure, but was shut down by Emma Hippolyte and the St. Lucia Labour Party. I reopened the ICT center in Labon. I opened an ICT center in Deramo. I opened an ICT center in Lafayette. I reopened the ICT center in Moshi, and we set up an ICT center in Grand Riviere. These are my accomplishments to cater especially for my rural communities, and those of you who are less privileged, who do not have the Wi-Fi and internet service and computers at home, you would not be disadvantaged. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in Moshi, we built a brand new state-of-the-art early childhood learning center. Those of you who are wondering what is a preschool, we built a brand new preschool in Moshi that will be opened in September. And only today I heard a labor rights say that there was an early childhood learning center in Gros, and I shut it down and took it away from the lady who had it. Let me give you the story behind this. When I was there the first time, I made representation and got money from the Caribbean Development Bank to establish that early childhood learning center. When I lost the election, or when they say I lost the election, Emma Hippolyte gave it to one of her supporters who ran it as a private business. That was never the intention. It was supposed to be a government-run early childhood learning center. During the time that she was there was a fire which partially destroyed the center. I am pleased to say to you, we have repaired the center, and come September, it will be reopened in the manner that it ought to be opened, as a public preschool for the people of Gros. I just want to remind you that there were many initiatives that I took on when it came to back to school. You remember that I provide all the notebooks for all the students, for all the subjects in all of the public schools in this constituency. And that was done every year for 5 years. I had a Top Achievers Awards program where I honored and rewarded children who perform well academically and in extracurricular activities. I also want to remind you that we also provided other school supplies, including electronic devices, to students. And especially during COVID, when we had to send children home, I provided over 200 tablets to students, in addition to the laptops that I provided them. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are just some of the things I did when it came to human resource development. I will quickly move on to support for the youth. Again, I want to mention the National Sports Academy. Let us not forget, though it is a national facility, it is in our constituency. And so we have an advantage in terms of accessing the services that are there. And when I return as your parliamentary representative, I will be working closely with them and sponsoring programs there, especially dedicated to my students, to my young people in Gros. Ladies and gentlemen, I sponsored the Gros Football League, and you will know, before COVID, every year we had the Spider Cup that the football clubs throughout the constituency competed. In addition to that, I provided resources for other programs and activities in Gros through the Gros North Youth and Sports Council, as well as the Gros South Youth and Sports Council. I provided training programs for young people, and out of those training programs, they got the CVQ certificates to show that they were trained in some technical vocational areas, such as cake making, such as electrical installation, entrepreneurship, and other areas. When it came to community social development support, I established what we call in Gros the Islet Awards. You know the national awards are called the Piton Awards? Well, Soufrière have the Piton is a national symbol. Islet is our symbol in Gros. So we had the Islet Award. And for those of you who are not too strong in the Creole, Islet is Pigeon Point. So we had our awards were represented medals with the Pigeon Point. With the Pigeon Point, the island that is over there, engraved on it. And we awarded people for outstanding performances in various areas. And those were not people selected by me. They were selected by you, the community, every year. In addition to the Islet Awards, we honored the elderly every year. And every time we had a centenarian, we also honored that centenarian on her birthday. I also provided treats for children annually at Christmas time. And we also sponsored summer camp every year during the school vacation. Again, these are just some of the things that we did. I also want to mention my monthly hamper distribution to the sick, the elderly, and the underprivileged. I also want to mention my weekly feeding program done by my constituency office every Wednesday, where we provide over 200 meals for people in Gros, Montchie, Grand Riviere, and a few in Marisol. These are just some of the things that have been done. I mentioned that we constructed a music lab. I want to mention also that we have acquired property in Gros, and there's some rumors, some propaganda going around that the former courts building, I bought it with government money for myself. I mean, how absurd. You can go to the registry, you can go to the planning department and find out that that building and land now belongs to government for the purpose of establishing a daycare for the elderly. But let me just say this. Everything I do in consultation with the community. Some of you are already saying that's not the most suitable place, so we'll find a better purpose for it and find a better place for the daycare for the elderly. This is an asset I think that is worthy of a Gros. I want to mention the establishment of a Gros Development Foundation that has started, and the establishment of a Gros Credit Union that has started. I also want to mention to you that we have gotten government to approve Dauphin as a protected heritage site, where we are going to establish a Dauphin tourism development project. I don't want to spend too much time on the accomplishments. There are other things I'm sure you know of that I did not mention. But I said I just wanted to give you a synopsis of achievements. But what is more important tonight, what is more significant tonight, is the real deal. The reason why you are going to return me as your parliamentary representative. Not just based on my past performance, but more so based on the vision that I have for Gros. So here goes. My vision for Gros is one of self-sufficiency, youth economic empowerment, and continued human and infrastructural development that will not only impact the community of Gros, but the country of St. Lucia as a whole. Village tourism will bring the redevelopment of the Gros waterfront and give members of our community an opportunity to be self-reliant and benefit from the industry. It will give young people the opportunity to be entrepreneurs, and I pledge my support in assisting you every step of the way. Whether as a restaurateur, a guest house owner, a farmer, a craft vendor, there is a chance at investment for everyone. And when I say there's a chance at investment for you, I want to say to you that our Gros Credit Union will give us the ability to support the dreams and aspirations of the youth, as well as provide a means of savings and investment. And together we can do it, and we can achieve the very best in this community. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to elaborate a little more on exactly what I intend to, exactly what I plan to do for you in the next 5 years after you have re-elected me. I want to start with healthcare. I mentioned to you that we expanded the services and extended the hours of service. I am pledging to you now that I am heading towards 24-hour service at the Gros Polyclinic in the next term. I plan, as we did in Montchie, and I know I did not mention it in my achievement, but it was one of my achievements. We upgraded the Montchie Health Center and made it a smart health center. We made it a resilient health center. It is a health center where if there is a hurricane or any other natural disaster, it should be able to withstand the shock. It is a center that is outfitted with its own water harvesting, that is, there are tanks there, so even if there's a disaster and Wasco is shut down, there will be water. It is a facility, and Montchie people can tell you, was it 2 weeks ago we had Elsa? Montchie people can tell you, when Elsa hit St. Lucia, and everybody was in darkness because there was no electricity, the Montchie Health Center was well lit. Evidence that the work that is done is paying off and is effective. I want to do the same by upgrading the Grand Riviere Wellness Center, and that will be done in the coming term. I want to establish some more outdoor gyms. You will realize, again, something I did not mention, but in my last term, we established an outdoor gym near Bosseju, a place where many people go to do their physical fitness training. We are going to establish a few more of those gyms throughout the constituency for the benefit of our people. And I'm going to also set up recreational spaces throughout the constituency, including beach parks in Pigeon Point South, beach park in Kazamba, and of course the heritage site in Dauphin. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to economic development, which is very important to me, and we're not talking about Sandcastle building competition, because I'm afraid as soon as you finish building the Sandcastle, a wave hits the shore and it's gone. That's not sustainable, that's not good enough. The transformation of the Gros waterfront will be one of the main pillars of my economic activities for Gros. We have already secured from the Ministry of Transport the pedestrianization of the Gros waterfront, so that when we begin to build restaurants, bars, guest houses, craft shops, and what have you, you will be able to walk there freely. The bar owners and the shop owners can put their tables out on the street for you, the patrons and the visitors, to sit, relax, enjoy yourself while you enjoy a view, whether of the sunset or just our bay generally. That is in the works, and that will be completed because the funding is already there from the World Bank under the Village Tourism Project for that to be done. Apart from this, it will also feature the development of a beach park at Pigeon Point South to include vending facilities, one of the outdoor gyms that I mentioned, a playground for children, and picnic facilities so that families can come and enjoy themselves. Now, the jetty that you hear much fuss being made about, we have plans for the jetty. And the reason why I will not waste money now to go and refurbish the jetty is because there are bigger plans where we're going to establish that jetty in a manner that not only small sea craft can dock, but medium-sized craft can dock as well and come into Gros. The Gros Development Foundation will also play its part, and they shall engage in the fostering of economic, cultural, and social development in order to meet the needs and aspirations of Gros, while protecting the natural and cultural environment upon which the foundation is based. We are going to vest some of the assets of this constituency in that foundation so that they can generate the revenue and resources that is required to further develop Gros on top of what central government provides for the development of Gros. For example, we are going to vest the waterfront in that development foundation, and they are going to put moorings out in the bay so that the yachts that anchor there will not just be dropping the anchors, destroying our corals, but they will anchor on the moorings and pay a fee to the Gros Development Foundation. I have already made representation that since we have so many hotel plans here, that a percentage of the head tax that is paid by every visitor who comes to one of the hotels will be given to the Development Foundation. Folks, that will result in realizing some millions of dollars that can be used for the development of Gros. We want to revamp and rebrand the Gros Friday night activity. Post-COVID-19, we will work with Gros Friday Night Vendors Association to improve the product by introducing theme nights to include local entertainers and locally produced goods, or rather foods. We will also incorporate the Gros waterfront as part of the Gros Friday night experience. If you want more details, you can meet me anytime and I will elaborate. But the copycats are listening attentively and closely, and you will hear them tomorrow repeating everything that I say tonight. I mentioned to you the Gros Credit Union. That is already in progress, and that will be realized in the next term. The Gros Credit Union will be a community-focused financial institution that will provide access to an accessible platform for savings, investment, and financing residents. I want to say to you that when you join the Gros Islet Credit Union, you become a shareholder. You make the policies, and the profits that are made by that credit union will be reinvested in Gros Islet based on how you, the members, decide. I know that you will support an institution such as a credit union because it is easier to access money from a credit union than it is from a commercial bank. The terms are also better because you will have a say as to what the interest rates and so on will be. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the population that we have, with the realization that you have that this is important for Gros Islet, during the next term, when we establish that Gros Islet Credit Union, in no time we'll see it sailing. And by the end of the next term, we want to rename it the Gros Islet Central Bank. So, the Dauphin Tourism Development Project. I'm just talking about economic development for Gros Islet. The development of the Dauphin Valley into a heritage site that will promote the creation of a new tourism experience, spurring economic activity in the community of Labon and the wider Moshi area. And so don't think it is just the town of Gros Islet that I'm taking care of. It will be spread throughout the length and breadth of this constituency. Already you have seen, when I was preparing my manifesto, I had T Village, the food court that is by the fire station opposite the bank, as one of my plans for the future. But you know what? You know, I promised that for the next time. You know it's done already. So let me take that off there. Done. So let me tell you something. You see, in the first 100 days, you will be surprised. Because there are so many projects and programs that are already on the way. But if you're stupid enough to accept the bluff of labor and do what you did in 2011, we will just be setting ourselves back. We'll just be interrupting the progress and we'll be stopping the work. Let's keep working. Don't make that mistake again. So the TV Large Food Village Court, it is established and dedicated for food vendors. And of course, as you can already see, it's not totally completed. It is aesthetically pleasing, not just for the vendors, but for the patrons. Now, when they tell you about, we are already only about big business and so on, it is our local small business people that are benefiting from the establishment of that site. In education, which is very important, which is key, we have programs in continuing education, and we will be collaborating with the National Enrichment Learning Unit, NELU, and other continuing education agencies to make training and skills development programs easily accessible to constituents. Courses in arts, craft making, cosmetology, computer and electrical, language skills, and of course, with all of this, we'll have certification as you do those programs so that you can present to someone as evidence of the training that you have received. We will reintroduce the adult illiteracy program, business administration, and entrepreneurship programs. We'll also have culinary courses because we want to ensure that with the advent of so many hotels and new establishments for visitors, that those jobs are taken by people from Gros Islet. We will be setting up a scholarship fund for Gros Islet and establishing a community-based scholarship fund. This fund will be funded by allocations from the Gros Islet Development Foundation. It will be funded by contributions from the parliamentary representatives' allocation for the constituency development programs. And I'm hoping, if you, the shareholders, agree that some of the profits of the Gros Islet Credit Union will be placed in it. So in addition to the opportunity we have from central government for scholarships, Gros Islet will have its own scholarship fund so that more of our young people will be able to get a tertiary education. We'll be establishing open community Wi-Fi hotspots. And by that I mean, apart from the ICT centers, when we upgrade the parks that are already established, and let me let you know, that long ago there was one park in Gros Islet. When I returned, we now have 2 parks in Gros Islet. We have one in Moshi, I'm still searching for land where it is available in Grand Riviere to establish one. All of those parks will be hot spots where you can access Wi-Fi for free. So you can go there, relax, cool out, do your work, socialize, do your research, and what have you. We'll be opening more community ICT centers, that is communication and technology centers, where we'll have Wi-Fi available, as well as the devices available to people who don't have that at home. I mentioned the communities where they already exist, and we'll be going into other communities. We'll be re-establishing the Grand Riviere one because they stole the computers. They broke into there and stole all the computers. We have already purchased the computers to re-establish the Grand Riviere one. We'll be re-establishing one in the Gros library and in some of the rural communities like Desgazons, Mont-Serpent, and those places, we will be establishing ICT centers. When it comes to the creative arts, we will engage in creative arts training. And of course, the Gros Human Resource Development Center is there to facilitate that. We will utilize the facilities available there, such as the Vladimir Lucien Theater that I mentioned that can seat at least 500 patrons, the music lab, and we'll use this to provide focused training to allow our artists to perfect their craft. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what will be done under education. You know, I will not present you a vision, I will not present you a plan without mentioning sports. It is my intention, and first let me say, in this last term, the focus was on the South by my government, because when we got into office, the facilities in the North were far better than what obtains in the South, and so we concentrated on the South and upgraded facilities. Now, if you look at the sports facilities maintenance program that took place in the South, you know of the impressive stadium that is in Soufrière, you know what is in Micoud, what is in Dennery, what is in Micoud South. I want to say to you that ours will be even bigger and better. So there will be upgrade of existing playing facilities. We'll be ensuring that we put lighting on the Grand Riviere and Moshi playing field. Not Grand Riviere, but Corinth and Moshi playing field. Sporting excellence development programs for young athletes. And I mentioned earlier that we'll be collaborating with the National Sports Academy in Beauséjour right across from here to allow budding athletes to continue honing and developing their skills. When it comes to social community development, I have started a land rationalization program where we use crown lands, government-owned lands, subdivide it, and provide it especially to first-time landholders, which is predominantly young people at concessionary prices. For example, in Labon, we have started that program. Those who are already occupying the crown lands are getting it for $2 a square foot. Those who wish to buy, who are not already in occupation, are getting it for $3 a square foot. Those of you who know anything about land value in the North, you know that not even swampland you can get for that price. You know that not even precipice you can get for that price. So that is a steal for young people. That is because I'm interested in your future. Now, I'm not telling you you can have your nice car and everything, but my advice to you is that land is the best investment that you can make in life. Give priority to that. Take advantage of that program. I also will engage in affordable housing programs. That is the establishment of low-income housing tax credit programs to provide, that is to private and local real estate investors who will provide incentives to them for the provision of affordable rent rates. We'll have lease-to-own arrangements for government-built housing. So, we know how populated the North is. We know how much pressure there is for housing. We will engage in those housing development programs. So we are going to encourage private people, okay, by giving them tax credits, and we are going to also have government arrangements for lease-to-own where government builds the housing. Community communication network for Gros Islet. We are going to establish a television and radio station for Gros Islet. There we are hoping we'll hone the skills of young people, and of course when they become better and they have accomplished themselves, then they can move on to the national established stations. We will consolidate our feeding program, that is the soup kitchen that already exists at my constituency, to make it a daily service to the sick, shut-in, and vulnerable. Because some of the people say to me, Monsieur Spider, c'est pas yon fois par semaine nous manger, ou pas faire tous les jours. Well, they need food every day, so we are going to extend the program to a daily program. The daycare for the elderly, I mentioned to you that the property was already acquired, but some of you have a problem with that property. So during this term, we'll have enough time to get a more suitable site and to establish that daycare for the elderly. And when I talk about a daycare for the elderly, those of you probably do have elderly or have not had the reason to deal with the elderly yet. Some of them need care. They cannot stay on their own. Someone has to be there to attend to them, to see that they take their medication and so on. But if you have to go to work, just like young mothers who have children, if you have to go to work and there's nobody at home to care for them, you can take them to that facility, and that is right in the community, and after work, you pick them up and take them home just like you do with your children. We'll be developing programs for single parents and at-risk youth. These programs are targeted programs for single parents and at-risk youth for the provision of parenting skills, life skills, technical, vocational, and marketability training. We'll be opening an adult, well, I mentioned the adult daycare center already. We'll be opening human resource center in Grand Riviere. Grand Riviere is a very big community, very populated. If you take Grand Riviere on its own, there's a bigger population than most other constituencies in this country. Grand Riviere does not have a public building. And like I did in Moshi, like I did in Gros, we'll be building a human resource development center in Grand Riviere. We will establish a community agricultural program using government-owned agricultural lands to provide plots for training and enterprises by youth and unemployed. We'll be encouraging a kitchen garden program to provide support in the form of seeds, seedlings, fertilizer, other inputs, and technical assistance to promote the setup of backyard and kitchen gardening. When it comes to infrastructural development, the evidence is there. You can see for yourself what and how much I have done. I want to say to you, I mentioned to you how many roads I have established in this constituency. I want to say that that will continue. I will continue the road rehabilitation and maintenance program. And so I want to say to you, when I got into office in 2016, there were about 536 roads in this constituency. Many of those roads were in a bad condition. I promised that I would make a dent in those roads, in the condition of those roads. Despite the first year we being starved because the budget was already spent before election, despite COVID, I was able to deliver to the constituency of Gros at least 70 roads that were upgraded and maintained. I want to say to you, what this man has done, this man can do. So if you give me another opportunity, I know there are those of you whose roads are still in a bad condition. And as far as you're concerned, even if I do 1,000,000 roads and yours is not done, you'll not be satisfied. But your best chance of getting your road done is to return me as your parliamentary representative, and that will be done. There are already a number of roads that are not done, but already on the cards to be done. So, as I told you in 2016, when you bring me back in 2021, July 26, I will hit the ground running. Don't be surprised, 27th of July, your road will start. Because contracts have been awarded for some of those roads that have not been done as yet. Some are in progress, some have not started. But I will see to it that those roads are done ASAP. Maintenance and improvement of public facilities will be done. Because we see a lot of government facilities being vandalized. We want to encourage our people to respect public property because this is your property. I want to mention too that I will establish right where you have the Gros police station, on that spot there, 2 projects will come there. One of which is a civic center. And the idea of a civic center is to centralize government services where you can come there, see your parliamentary rep, see your mayor, see your sports officer, see your social transformation officer, your education officer. How do they call the people from Treasury? All right. But if you have to go to Treasury to cash a check or to receive a check, you do not have to brave the traffic and go all the way to Castries. You can go there. The sub-collector, that's what I was looking for. The sub-collector will be there to provide those services. That is making life easier for you and bringing government to you. In the area of security, I'm coming to an end slowly, you know. But I just want to mention the main packages that I have for you in the real deal. In the area of security, we'll be constructing a new police station in Gros. And again, it will be built on that same site where the current police station is. But it's a brand new spanking police station, which I will call the police headquarters for Gros. In that police station, I have requested that a courthouse be included. And I think it only makes sense. I've discussed it with the Commissioner of Police, I've discussed it with the Ministry of Planning and the Ministry of Finance. They have agreed, and the plans are already drawn, and that is another project in the works that will be realized in the next year. I also want to mention, again, Grand Riviere is a major community. Grand Riviere is a little distance away from the Gros town, and so we will be establishing a Grand Riviere police substation for the residents of Grand Riviere that is designed to serve the general Grand Riviere and Corinth area. You don't see nothing yet. I will also ensure that we have, and that again I've discussed with the Minister of Home Affairs and the Police Commissioner, we'll also have a mobile police station, and we'll be, with the establishment of a mobile police station, we can move that mobile station to locations where it is needed for policing as the needs arise. So if you have a crime hotspot, let's say in Labon, although that will not happen, that's a constituency, that's a part of my constituency that's so peaceful. But let us just say, if there's a situation there and they need police presence, we can move that mobile station into that area until the situation is quelled. We know Gros is the capital, the entertainment capital of St. Lucia. We have big activities, big shows. And by the way, here's earmarked to be one of the venues soon from now, you know. The Spider City, let's face it, you can see a big fete taking place here. You can see carnival taking place here. Now, if we have a big event here, we have a big event at Pigeon Point, at the park at Pigeon Point South, at the park at Kazamba, at Dauphin Heritage Site, and you want police present because it's a mass event, you can take that mobile police station and move it there. That is forward thinking, that is forward planning, that is the vision I present to you. That is the real deal that we're going for in Gros. So ladies and gentlemen, still minor, but makes a big difference as far as security is concerned. We will continue the proliferation of CCTV cameras. Some of you will notice that of late on the poles, the semi-electric poles, if you go on the highway, you'll notice there are cameras on them. Now, I'm just telling you that secret. It will help in crime detection, and I'm hoping that it will also serve as a deterrent. Now that I tell you that this is there, don't try nothing. We will set up more of those, not just on the highway, but in a nook and cranny of this constituency. So whenever there is a situation, not only will it serve as a deterrent, but it will help the police in solving crime. Additionally, you'll notice that we have started a street lighting program where we are replacing the current lights with LED lights, and we are putting additional lights. That too will continue. So ladies and gentlemen, these are some of the plans that I have in store for you. And as you know, I don't just make promises. I don't just make empty promises. I am making now a pledge to you. I am making now a commitment to you. I am telling you, like I have done before, I will deliver to you once again. Give me that opportunity. And you know why you should vote for me on the 26th of July, come Monday after next, to ensure that the progress and development that has started, to ensure that those visionary plans are implemented. The reason why you're going to do that is because you know I have the experience. You know I have the track record. You know I deliver. You know I have performed. What you want is a performer. What you want is a man with the capacity and the capability, the plan and the vision to ensure that the progress and development of this constituency continues. So I ask you once again, give me 5 more. Now I spoke only of the things that I will do for you as your parliamentary representative, but that is not all that is in the package. There's the national plan. There's the national vision. Tomorrow night, find yourself here to listen to the political party with the plan. The only political party with a vision when we present the national manifesto to you right here at Spider City. Now, they didn't tell me that, you know, but I suspect the reason why they came here, they wanted to go somewhere with a track record of delivering to make sure whatever they present here will be delivered. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I come to an end, I ask you once again to give me 5 more years. I ask you once again to invest your trust in me. And I promise you, I will not betray that trust. I will justify that decision you make with more performance. And since you know that I have delivered, you know that I will deliver. So ladies and gentlemen, it will be Spider again come 26th of July 2021. Let's keep the progress and development of Gros on track. Let's keep working. Now before I leave, let me just say to you, you saw a motorcade earlier on, and I suspect a few of you get a little wakasi. That was a national motorcade. Those of you who know people from other constituencies, there are people from Cicero, people from Miku, people from Cassius, people from everywhere. But let me just give you my program for the week. Tomorrow, I want each and every one of you here, because the United Workers' Party is presenting its manifesto. And fellows like Guy Joseph, Ezekiel, Kale, and all of them talking about how many people they're going to bring here. They cannot come to Gros and have more people here than us. We have to come out in our numbers and show them that Gros is safe and Gros is on the right track. I want you here tomorrow night in your numbers. On Tuesday, we are having a whistle stop through Kazaba and Bosseju. On Wednesday, we are having a whistle stop throughout the communities in Grand Riviere. On Thursday, what are we having on Thursday? Anybody knows the program for Thursday? Anyway, I'll come back to that. But Friday, we are having a big meeting in Gros, right where the Friday night activities take place. And I want everyone from every nook and cranny of this constituency to come there. That will be a meeting where we'll be reminding you of the plans, imploring you to come out and vote, but it'll be almost like a pre-victory party. Moggy will be there again. Louis Dunn will be there. And a few more artists like Quia will be there to perform. So it's almost like a trial run for the return of Gros Friday night. So I want you there. On Saturday, we are having a big meeting in Moshi. And listen to this one. You must hear this one. On Sunday, the day before D-Day, we are having what you call a Spidercade. And if you think you saw Motorcade, come and see Spidercade on Sunday. And I've told every other constituency, stay out of my business. I don't want your cars. We don't have enough space after we put out our vehicles to accommodate anybody else. I will be having a massive Spidercade, and I want each and everyone to be there. We will put the fear of God in them on Sunday to let them know what is coming Monday. We will be ending very early, by about 7 o'clock on Sunday. I want you to go home, have your rest, and on Monday, D-Day, that is when we're going to tell them what time it is. That is what we're going to tell them whose time it is. And that is where we're going to seal their faith once and for all. Because the future of Gros is not a gamble. The future of Gros is not for chance. We are not taking chances. We are not giving chances, and they do not stand a chance in this election. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so far for the support that you have given me. Continue to support me. Continue to encourage your friends, your family, your neighbors to come out on that day and to do the right thing to vote for Lenard Spider Montoute. I was asked by two ladies that when I complete my speech, I cannot stay up there. I am one of you. I suspect they just want me to be among you. I do not know what the plan is, but here I am. I can go anywhere in this constituency. I can mingle with everyone in this constituency. I am your man. Oh my God. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are at the back, what is happening there? She's cleaning the shoes. And let me just let you know, I'm wearing my track shoes. Ready for the race. Ready for the race. When the time comes, nobody can stand in our way. I am in a race, baby in a chase. When you're chasing, that means you're behind. That is where you'll stay. That is where you'll stay. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you. Thank you for coming out. Let us continue to observe the protocols. Let me put my mask. Let us continue to observe the protocols. Let us live in peace, love, and harmony as one family, the Spider family, the Web Warriors. We are going to do it again. And have no fear. Flambeau will be back as your government because Flambeau is synonymous with the progress and development of St. Lucia. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Stay a little while for some entertainment as they bring you the next performer. Thank you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more artist. And of course, the DJ is going to play a couple. So right about now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call on the man Louis Dan.
But before Louis Dan comes, let me just inform you that we will be posting the manifesto, the Gros manifesto online on Facebook, Instagram, what have you. And we also will be distributing hard copies during the week. So stay tuned.
The man Mr. Montoute, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, right about now, I would like to introduce, right from Gros, Jean Gros, our very own, ladies and gentlemen, the man, Louis Dan.
Lenard Montoute for Gros Islet. aller, tout côté yo passé. Yo pas qu'à faire rien pour aider dans gros îlet. Les spiders dans travail pour bouche pour avec malheureux. Choose another story, and it's there to stay. I'm voting for Lenard Montoute, Lenard Spider Montoute, Lenard Montoute. On election day we going out and we voting Lenard Montoute, Lenard Spider Montoute, Lenard Montoute for Brazil. Rumors them a spread in the air, but they can't stop the spider. They greedy for power, they greedy for power. Deceitful lies, them divide, but they can't stop the spider. They greedy for power, they greedy for power. Spider again, what spider again, what spider again, spider again, spider again, spider again, spider again, spider Stop it. Just before I leave, I just gonna say something. Hear what I gonna say? And it's not gonna be long. Shut. Who spider tikwa no kamete. Bebe to wantete. Trouble the black widow ti boy my do chukai pete. Peyi a yo vle gate. Me spider ni pouete. As long spider in power me do no paka equate. We go put spider forward, we go, we not turning back. We go put spider. Tell SLP to stay in the back. We go put spider. No way. We not breathing. In Gros, spider we vote in Rodney Bay, spider we vote in Kaimaje, spider we vote in Deramo, spider we vote in Bad Orange, spider we vote in Spider is a worker, baby is a joker. If you want progress in Gros, we bringing back the spider. It's evident, major development. We bringing spider right now. In the parliament, we go vote spider. What would we? Well, people, it's a new song, but they say they do not have the music for it. Yes, we voting. Say yes, we voting. Oh, you get that? You get that? Hey, now we go spider. Forward we go, we not turning back. We go spider. Tell us that we go stay in the back. We go spider. We don't step on the attack. We go spider. Go where we not turn. In Brazil, spider we vote. In Rodney, spider we vote. In Bangladesh, spider we vote. In La Paye, spider we vote. Spider we vote. In Madoa, spider we vote. In Maricel, spider we vote. In Granivia, spider we vote. Spider Tikwa no kamete. Bebe don't want it. Trouble the black widow, T.Y. my don't do my petty. Pay ya your black cat. Me spider ni pouete. As a spider is power, me don't know baga equate. There we go, go spider. Everybody, raise your hand now. There we go, go spider. Oh no! Boy, let's keep working. You make me happy in the dance. Let's keep working. Let's keep working. Spider. Let's keep working. Let's my microphone. Who we voting for? Spider, we voting. We go for spider. Forward we go, we not looking back. We go for spider. Tell us that we don't stay in the back. We go for spider. The black we don't step on the attack. We go for spider. No way we don't be working that in Gros, spider we vote. In Rodney Bay, spider we vote. In Kaimaje, spider we vote. In La Paye, spider we vote. In Deramo, spider we vote. In Bad Orange, spider we vote. In Maricel, spider we vote. Here Granivia, but spider Tikwa no kamete. Bebe don't want it. Trouble the black widow, T-boy me go to my petty. Pay ya your black cat. Me spider ni pouete. And the spider in power, me don't know back a equate. We go spider. Boy, me God, God, respect God.
Thank you. We just want to tell everybody or remind you of the time which we forgot to say. 8 o'clock. That's when the United Workers' Party launches its manifesto here tomorrow. Now, in the next few hours, we'll be giving you
a program of what we are doing this week so that you can have it on your own calendars and prepare, you understand? Because this week we don't have time for any slackness. You must know, as voters of Spider, where Spider is going to be on every given night, okay? So we're going to see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock, but try to get here at least 7:30 because we want, by the time people from outside come, they see the Spider Nation here tomorrow evening, okay? Thank you very much.
Spider.